trying my best not to drop my phone this year. This is our middle observation deck. The pond is definitely full. Yep. Okay, gotta be careful not to step on one of the posts. The water's receded a little bit here. These ants are still doing their thing, surviving. Save the eggs. This is the area behind the pond, right off the creek trail. It's definitely full. And the creek trail itself is also flooded. Let's go over and see if we can get a look at the actual creek. I can hear it because the water's rushing so much. That beautiful weeds. Red-shouldered hawk flying around. You can really see where the water came in from the creek and knocked over all these weeds on its way to flooding the preserve. All right, this is the trail approaching the new bird blind. I know there's a big hornet's nest right off the trail over here, but I can't find it today. There's about 4 to 6 inches of water on the trail. Let's go over here and see if my stairs survived. This is the level of the pond. It's obviously over the dam and draining, but not very well. This is where the drain pipe is, so that means that the creek and the pond are both above the level of the drain pipe, obviously. So let's see what's going on. There's our hummingbird. The bird blind has done very well. Has not floated off. There's the hummingbird right there. can really see where the creek flooded and knocked over all these weeds as it was flooding over into the pond. This is about 6 inches of water here. Let's go see what the creek looks like. I'm guessing it's going to be a little on the high side. Yeah, that's the highest I've ever seen it. Look at that. It's crazy. Yes. Wow. That's usually about a 6-7 foot drop down to the creek here. So it's at least 7 feet high. Strong current, moving very rapidly. All right, there's the end of the preserve, the bridge. This little stream's totally flooded, running fast. So we're in a drainage mode, it looks like now. Let's see how the boardwalks are doing. Now these are all the boardwalks that floated off during our last major flood. And we put them back in with rebar so they wouldn't float off. And let's see how they held up. If I fall in the water, you'll know what happened. There's Jim again. Yeah, the sections are all holding. They're bouncy though, because they're floating. But they're staying in place, which is great. There's everybody's favorite root ball from Hurricane Irma. You can see how much water's there. And by the way, it's still raining here. Poison ivy vine still hanging. So there you go. Check it out, millions of ants down here. They've made themselves into a raft to protect their eggs. And like I should help them, but I don't really want 50,000 ants on me. Alright. The boardwalks have not floated away, which is good. Yet. This one is underwater. The ducks are already here getting their fresh grass. Yeah, there's a bunch of all right, so this is the back creek trail, just near the end. That's the creek, and it's flooded for sure. It's the highest I've ever seen it, but I've only been working here for about 4 years, 5 years. And there is a pile of sand everywhere from where the creek must have flooded, pushed all this sand up here, pushed through all these weeds, and now it looks like it's also being fed by the neighborhood runoff. So yeah, this is obvious here where the creek flowed over and pushed down all the weeds. Let me see if I can zoom out. There you go. Yeah, this is where the creek flooded over, pushed all the weeds down. The sand probably pushed down all the weeds. Crazy, man, I tell you. So now we're gonna go check the boardwalks and see if they're still there. Okay, so here's our amphibian pond. Totally full. Lots of nice sticks and things for frogs and salamanders to put their eggs on. So that's good news also. Those trees are already down over there on the other side. So I haven't seen any fallen trees in this area.